It's a very scary thing to be honest to God, truthful. You just don't know how the chips will fall because of certain situations that happened when I was younger. That being said, the great thing about The Voice is they give so many professionals a chance. I mean, there are so many fabulous singers on the season that have fans and that work at this point. So the past success, I hope, won't define the outcome of what's come. But you just never know, and you just have to be humble. It's a totally different situation now. I mean, it was 17 years ago that I had success, and then, going through what every male singer goes through, the voice change, and that was a horrible experience. And when this opportunity came about, I said, this is the perfect vehicle to finally sing the way I want to sing, because even with my past success, I still was being told what to do. And finally, I hope at 28, someone can do what they want, and this was the vehicle. It's a classy television show, and it's going to be a long road. The majority, I think, that have had amazing opportunities and worked their butts off, and give an opportunity even more than I at this moment in time. Does the past success override anything? I don't think so, because it's not like I'm trying to do something we did other than sing. I'm starting at such a new angle. It's been so long since I've had any kind of success. And to be quite frankly, I'm not one to ignore comments, so I know what they're saying, and the majority of people going, we don't know who he is, so why does it matter? So there is a whole new audience that has no clue. So if you want to remember who I am, and if you do, that's fantastic. But it's two separate situations, and hopefully that will place it. And you have to be humble about it. If people aren't going to be okay with it, then that's going to be the reality that's going to happen. But all I knew at the moment was the struggle it's been to let anyone believe that I was a singer. And when this opportunity, came into my realm, this is the perfect situation. They give everyone a chance on this show, having past success, not having past success, working, not working in the music business. And they hold you with a very high regard. It's a very scary thing for all contestants to be so naked out there and tell your story in such ways. I think we're all of even playing field when it comes to it, because it should matter what you're singing at that moment and the emotion and the humility you bring to the table. They were saying wonderful things, and I'm so thankful for every kind of comment that I will receive, because if anyone didn't believe I would ever have a second chance, it was me. Believe me. And so for him to say, this isn't going to be an easy ride, but that just means he's going to fight all the more to convey to people that, I deserve some kind of a second chance. I thought that was the attack I had to go. And because he's so involved with much, much more than just singing, he's a producer, he's a writer. There's a lot of different entities to him, and his vulnerability with my story is what made me choose him. I'm not one to cry like that, and it just, with the interview process and how they display your life, and you start to, I'm not one to really think about the past, so I always just look to the future, and to go backwards like that a little bit and be reflective. It really brought out a side of me that I really don't like showing, but you can show those, I guess. It's just a very raw feeling, you know what I mean? To be, and a very vulnerable feeling to be up there, and this time, literally, I'm not having to impress anybody. I'm not having to service a label and sing the song they wanted and almost be an actor. I was just totally being me, and that's what I guess the new me does, is get all emotional. And it's quite the roller coaster, I'll tell you that, emotionally. When I grew up, first of all, country music is and will forever be in my roots. I am indebted to that, to the past opportunities that I had. But as you get older, you realize your voice either can do that well, or it is for something else. And from the ages like 13 and 14, I would do my duties with what I had to do as a youngster. And I'd go in the hotel room or whatever, and I would belt out a Celine Dion song. But that's just what it was, and I never had that opportunity, because everyone in past times, I would sing that way, and they would never credit it as, oh, he's awesome. Oh, he's Broadway. And not that Broadway's bad, it's just, no, it's not Broadway. It's just, I'm a singer like an Adele or a Celine or a, you know, Jordan Smith. That's just what I am. And when this opportunity came about, I said, well, if I'm going to do this, I've got to be 100% me. I can't be a fake me or a version of what someone would want me to be. I'm going to sing to what I want to sing. And luckily, they chose a song that I felt fit that situation.